You know, you've proven that your limiting belief isn't even true. This belief that you thought this whole time isn't even true. And you have evidence all around you. And hello, beautiful. Welcome to another morning musings where I jump on camera and talk about whatever comes to my mind. But as I mentioned in the last video, I am actually going to kibosh the whatever comes to my mind series for the next 2 videos, and instead I'm doing a 3-part series about limiting beliefs, all about limiting beliefs. So last video, a few days ago, I posted a video about how to discover what your limiting beliefs are and where they may have stemmed from. So really digging deep and getting to the source of your limiting beliefs. Where the hell did they come from? If you haven't done that step yet, please go back and watch last week's video. It's all about my story and how I discovered my own limiting beliefs, and in the process I give some examples as to maybe what might be holding you back and what limiting beliefs might be holding you back. And I also share a little bit about how you can really go back into your past and see where these limiting beliefs may have come from. So if you've already done that, then continue watching this video, because this video is all about how we're going to debunk these damn limiting beliefs that are holding us back. Like, if you're ready for some massive changes in your life, if you're really ready to take back control of your life and your future and really start to head towards your bright and beautiful future, which is there waiting for you, you just have to do some work and do some inner work before you get there, then continue to watch this video, because this is where we really get to the good stuff. This is where we start to really shift our mind as to how we view these beliefs and how these beliefs really shape how we view the world and ourselves. Once we can get these limiting beliefs under control, the possibilities are endless. Like, truly, honestly, I mean this with all of my heart, and I know this firsthand because just 2 years ago I was lower than low. I was sad, depressed, I was relapsing on drugs and alcohol. I had gone through one of the worst years of my life, and I really had no confidence, no self-esteem, and I wasn't heading anywhere fast. Fast forward to today, I am more happy, more fulfilled, and more confident than ever before because I put in the work, guys. I am here to tell you that anything is possible. If you knew me just a few years ago and you saw the mess that I was in, you would be shocked, but you would also maybe be inspired, because now I'm embarking on an adventure of a lifetime, an adventure that I've been waiting to embark on for so long. I'm about to go travel the world, and I've also lived out the dream of starting my own business. I've been able to start my own business, and I have this huge passion to help other women really believe in themselves, empower them to finally find confidence, find their voice, and really hone in on their self-worth and their self-love so that they can move confidently forward towards whatever their heart's desires, because you deserve the best that life has to offer. I truly believe that. I just need you to believe in it too. Anyways, let's move on. So today we're talking about debunking those damn limiting beliefs. In my 10-week Radically Reinvent Yourself program, this is something that we do as a group. This is something that I do with the women, and we really work towards this. And this is one of the first things that we do. I believe we do this on the 2nd week in, because it is such a massive, huge component of really being able to take out the limitations that you've put on yourself and really start to believe in yourself, that you can move forward towards your dreams. If you want to learn more about the Radically Reinvent Yourself program, you can check out the link below. But today I'm going to share with you a lot of what I teach in the program for free. So I hope that you're ready. I hope that you've already done step number 1 on that previous video from a few days ago. And if you have, then let's get started. So to accompany today's lesson, I have put a link below with the worksheet that I actually created for the Radically Reinvent Yourself program. And I'm offering that to you today for free so that you can have something to work with and a sheet to kind of guide you along. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to debunk it. So say your limiting belief, for example, is that, men are untrustworthy. Men are no good and there are no good men out there. Like, you have this subconscious limiting belief and you've discovered it because you haven't been able to find a really healthy relationship, and you're really blocked off to love. And so you're realizing now that it's this limiting belief that all men are awful and terrible and not worth giving it a try. So we would write that down on the sheet that I provided. Or if you don't have a printer and you can't print this particular sheet, you could always just write this down on any regular piece of paper. As long as you do these steps, it'll work, okay? But I just thought that the worksheet would help you along with the process, and really this way you don't have to write all of this down. So the very first question on the worksheet is this belief really true? Okay, and you would think the obvious answer would be yes, this limiting belief is true, and especially if you are the one that believes this particular belief. And if it's your limiting belief, then obviously you think it's true on a subconscious level at least. But this question is meant to really get you thinking. And even though your automatic answer is, of course, yes, I want you to really think about it. Like, is there evidence, not just in your own life, but in anyone's lives, like in the world, is there any evidence that this limiting belief could be not true? So when we look at the example of all men are no good and we can't trust men and there's no good men in the world, you would have to, if you were to answer yes, you would have to explain why this is true. And if you really thought about it now and you're like, I've had bad experiences with men, but I know that there is evidence out there stating otherwise, because maybe my aunt has this great man and, he treats her so well. Well, that is evidence right there that there are decent men in the world, right? You just need one example. You just need one man to prove your limiting belief wrong. And I know this may seem very simple, but just the fact that you have listed a reason why this limiting belief is false and that the opposite can be true is right there, just off the bat, telling and signaling to your subconscious mind, like, hey, maybe you were wrong, and it's really starting to question your core beliefs. So it's not even enough just to think about this one time while you write it down. Although writing it down really does solidify it to your brain, I need you to look at that evidence and replay that evidence in your mind and really come up with as many different scenarios as possible. So maybe not only your aunt, but maybe someone else has a really great relationship with a man, or maybe you have a different family member or friend who is a man who is awesome. He's amazing. He's a great father. He's a great person. And so just write down all those different reasons as to why this belief is in fact not true. It's not the end-all be-all true facts of life. There are good men in the world. Now, the third prompt on this worksheet is to write out the opposite of this belief. So let's use the same example. And if your example is that all men are awful, there's no good men in the world, and I can't trust men, then you're gonna try your best to write out the exact opposite of that, okay? So you're gonna write down something like, there are great men in the world. There are men out there that I can trust. I know quite a few men who are amazing guys. They just aren't for me. I just haven't found the right one yet. Or, although I have trust issues, there are some really great men in the world, and I am going to meet mine soon. Okay, so we're going to change that limiting belief, which has been holding you back, which is quite negative and a really negative way of viewing the world, and we're going to rewrite it into a positive statement. so that we can start to really see that for ourselves. You know, these things seem very obvious on a superficial level, but when you start to write these things down, it really signals to your brain, hey, what I'm saying is serious and I need you to take this seriously. And these are just planting little seeds in your mind of reshaping your beliefs. So although this isn't going to be a cure-all for your limiting beliefs, and it's not going to change overnight, these are steps that you're taking to plant the seeds that will grow eventually into a beautiful garden of positive belief systems. But for now, we are just planting the seeds. It is going to take daily watering. You're going to have to water your seeds. You're going to have to water your garden so that you can see the fruits of your labor, you know, later down the road. It does take time. Anything worthwhile takes time. So now that you have basically you've debunked your limiting belief, you know, because you've shown the opposite. You've shown that there are really good men out there in the world, you know. You've proven that your limiting belief isn't even true. This belief that you thought this whole time isn't even true. And you have evidence all around you. And now that you've also rewritten that belief into a positive belief and a positive statement, I want you to do that with all of your limiting beliefs. So any limiting belief that you find that has come up and that is stopping you and preventing you from really moving forward in your life, in any area of your life. This could be money. This could be a belief that you aren't worthy of love. This can be a belief that you will never be successful. This could be a belief about anything. Just look at the areas of your life where you were having troubles, where you were feeling stumped, where you were being blocked. And usually that is where you will find your biggest limiting beliefs, the ones that are really holding you back in life and really stopping you from trying to move forward and stopping you from really having that positive vibe and that positive energy that's going to attract all the good shit to your life. Okay, we need to get rid of those blocks. Not only are they energy blocks, but they are, they are these belief systems that keep us stuck in these vicious cycles. And sometimes they're even passed down from generation to generation. And we, as women, have the power to kibosh these belief systems so that we don't pass them down to our future generations, right? So not only are we doing this for ourselves, but we're doing this for generations to come because we need to lead by example as women. All right, so I need you to do this with all of your limiting beliefs. This is just one example that I've given you today, and I gave a few examples of limiting beliefs on the last video, but I really need you to try to work towards debunking all of your limiting beliefs, okay? And so this is just the middle step. So it's a 4-step process, and we did the 2 first steps on the last video, and then today I showed you the 3rd step, which is debunking and rewriting the limiting belief. And then in a few days' time, I'm going to post another video, and it's the 3rd of the 3-part series, and it's going to explain how we can now start to really water that garden and really start to turn that new positive belief into a real belief that we truly, honestly believe from deep within. So we want to really ingrain that in our minds, right? Because it's not enough just to write it down on a piece of paper, and it's not enough to really know the difference right now, like on a conscious level. You're like, obviously there's good men in the world, right? But you have to understand that your subconscious mind is the one running the show, and your subconscious mind isn't going to give up that easily on its beliefs. It's going to be one of the toughest things that you do is reprogramming your belief systems, because most of them, like I've said before, have come from childhood and they are deeply ingrained in there. Your brain is going to fight you on this shit. Like, it's going to go against you and try to fight you on it every step of the way. And that is where your resilience needs to come in. That's where your warrior queen needs to step up and really apply your new beliefs every day. You really need to remind yourself of this exercise that you've done today, and don't let it fade or fizzle away. It's not something you just do once and then forget about it. No, Get to the core of all of your limiting beliefs and start to debunk them one at a time. Write out your new empowered your new empowered belief. And then in a couple days, keep an eye out for the next video where we're really going to start applying those beliefs to our daily life, because that is the only way to really rewrite our belief systems. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You deserve everything beautiful and great in the world. I believe in you. I want you to believe in yourself. And I want you to know that you are worthy. These are things that you can do on a daily basis to really start to change and shift your life. These are things that have helped me change and shift my own life. And I want to empower you to do the same. Have a beautiful day, beautiful. Mwah!